Hello, and welcome to. Okay, we're not live on Rumble. Yeah, guess what I forgot to do? I set it up. I know what I've done now. I set it up. Should be live on X though, obviously. And
You've just turned up on YouTube as well.
No, it's what it is. This is like a plugin. Shout outs to. I can't think who told me about the plugin. I'll chat them out in a bit. Plugin, and you have to modify it with Rumble each time. They give you new slots. They do. So I might, on the fly, see if I can start it late. On the fly. Thanks for everyone. It's midweek game. It's not midweek gaming.
So just let's get this right. You failed the Rumble connection. You failed the Twitter connection. You've now told us that we're a completely different podcast. At this point, are you just going to say you don't even know who we are?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm very happy that I get to join the midweek podcast.
The midweek gaming podcast on the Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Right.
it's midweek somewhere in the world. Is that what you're trying to work out? Is that?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to sort this blunder out because it's my fault.
At least in Australia.
Right, there it is. Let's edit it. So welcome to you wouldn't even think it's on the screen in front of me. It says a gaming conversation with friends right on the OBS overlay. So welcome to a conversation with friends. We're back once again with the Renegade Master, just for Removable. He enjoys that bit. He does. So now we'll just change that over.
Do you know who we are?
Right, here we go. Right, we are. Hold on. We are live on Rumble, and Rumble does not know that I messed up. But you will now. So welcome to a gaming conversation with friends. I will just check it on Rumble.
Just notified you.
Just see if it's live. It appears to be live. Let's see, is the picture on? Yeah, we're live on Rumble. We're all good. So this is the gaming conversation. We're a gaming conversation with friends. We have RemovableSanity back with us. How are you?
Right, thank you very much.
Clusterfuck
It's
today.
nice of you to remember me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, at least you didn't get called animated evil by mistake.
It's not the first time that you've said it. So to be honest with you, it's like
he's coming on soon. He's been a bit busy, but I have actually asked him, and he does want to come on.
Oh, fantastic!
I've also been speaking to Toshi. He doesn't really game. He says bloody hell, you don't still do podcasts, do you? I was like, yeah. Wow. He says you've been doing it years. I says, yeah. The name of the show is a bit different, but it says I've got RemovableSanity with me and VJ from the old midweek gaming. Oh, he says that's really good. He says I didn't know you were still doing it. So, but yeah, he says I haven't got a microphone or anything anymore. He says,
well, neither do I. It's just a phone, isn't it? You can put your phone in and plug something in these days, or a headset. That's what I've got, a phone and a headset. That's all I've got.
I will try and convince him. Is anyone in chat at all?
No,
probably not. But I will.
That's why everyone's happy.
Yeah. Right. It's because they're all watching your new video that's just dropped 56 minutes ago. They're all watching it. That's why. That's why.
It's really, really frustrating. It's one of those ones. I was going to get it out Friday.
Yeah.
And then literally everything went wrong Friday. So it's like, oh, you've got to be bloody kidding me. So yeah, everything updates started happening for it. Everything else kind of. So it's like, oh, you know what, bugger. So to kind of leave it for the weekend. I had a bit of a problem with the editing software. It's like So it's like, right, don't stress out about it. Just do it Monday.
That's fair enough. That doesn't matter.
That's just, I try not to de-stress.
I am trying to catch up. You may have noticed some of your older videos. I'm catching up.
I know. Yeah, I did notice. Yeah, yeah.
I'm absolutely crap at that.
Well, I don't expect anyone to, force themselves to watch anything I put out. If you put it out, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, I've got what was really freaked me out is I got a friend of mine's daughter. One of my shorts popped up, and she's like, "Is that?" She knows my son, Daddy, and he was like, "Yep."
Oh, right.
So she recognised me by my voice, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, that's a good idea or not."
That's pretty well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's why I look at this way: is if people watch it, it's greatly appreciated. If not, I'm still going to try and enjoy myself at the end of the day, and that's the way it goes.
That's fair. That is.
I think there's too much burnout. I think there's too much stress. There's too much. You've just got to, I think because I've been doing it now for 2015.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, about
you
2015.
probably told me on the Stubcast, but that's quite a while ago that was, and there was 9 hours of it really. That just the public didn't get to see the 9 hours. If only, if only we recorded it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've been doing this for a hell of a long time now, and just it's one of those things. I think you need, if you're going to do something like this, you're going to try and review or do any content creation for a long time. You have to get a pace that suits you, and also understand that the world and life doesn't revolve around social media. That will hinder your progress, but at the same time, you've just got to realise that other things can be a bit more, family becomes first, or social, rather than social media. I think a lot of creators.
I've got to be honest.
Realise that.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. You're not wrong, because social media is massively addictive. I have a problem with it myself. It is very addictive. A lot of the time, the reason I don't play games is because I'm fucking about on my phone. It is a problem. I need to put the phone down, probably play a game or read a book. I have been trying to read more books recently, but no, you are right. It is very fucking addictive to play on your phone.
Well, we've taken all tablets away from the kids until weekends. So they'll get it at the weekends, but generally during the week, no tablets.
That's a very good rule.
We found it was hindering their education.
You instilled it younger though, didn't you?
We instilled about an hour a week, sorry, an hour a day.
Hang on, that hour a week. You're not China. That an hour a week's China.
No, we did an hour a day, and then it was like, do you know what? They were still struggling with some of the education aspects. So he's like, well, do you know what? We're going to cut it out, and kind of that. Move them on to, going outside. Move them on to doing things out and about, and then even at the weekends, I'm going to try and not give it to them, for long periods, And then I tried to think about what I grew up with. And I don't know if you're the same as you, or Stubz. Was that I had Saturday and Sunday morning cartoons, and so we had it from 8 to 11.
Yep.
And that was our screen time. And so I'm thinking, do you know what? 8 to 11? Fine. That could be their screen time, their TV time, and then the rest, go and play outside. Go on. But, enjoy the garden, do something. Don't get me wrong. I can see, some of the screens and the apps are very good and educational, but I don't know. I don't think I don't think it was getting too addictive to them.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very addictive.
It's like, the walk in is like, where's my tablet? And I'm like, don't like that. Don't like that sort of. So it's like, right, okay.
And I guess it also affects like the concentration, like cannot concentrate.
Well, my son has bad concentration anyway because he's got slight ADHD. So it's that doesn't it can be the opposite really. It can be hyperfocus.
Okay.
So he'll lock in depending on what it is. So that's another aspect. You can things won't get done, or he's like, okay, you got to clean up your mess, and it won't get done. So it's like little things like that. You kind of I try and be as good as a parent as I possibly can. And I'm just as bad with social media. I've tried to stop myself from actually jumping onto the phone every in the mornings, or keeping away from the phone where I can, because I don't think it does help. I don't think it helps at all.
No, there's a lot
just
of
like
there's a lot of research on it, isn't there? There is, but in the morning there is. But welcome to Goat Force Gaming. He loves your move, removable. He's saying in chat.
It's and again, everyone's different. Some people it'll work with, some people it doesn't. Just for us, I think that it was. We're gonna try and do more. What I would recommend, the old school sort of stuff. So we've got a couple of board games in the house. I think I'm going to start, playing board games or something like that. Something a little bit different. Try and entertain and and do it that way. Because I think they've got ages to spend on time onto a screen. Let's kind of give them a little bit of something different. But we'll see how it goes. I could crumble and it'll be back to normal again. In a couple of months' time, you never know. But it's a start. The same thing for myself. Trying to every day spend less and less on social media, which is a bit of a problem when you're trying to promote your content. But it is what it is. It's that balance.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, no, it's a good viewpoint. It is. It's very. Everyone's each to their own, but you've got a good point there. You have. But yeah,
You
it's
don't want to be working out and looking at your phone, do you, Stubz?
Oh, I work out and take photos of myself and videos.
Yeah, it's actually really.
I've actually got a.
We'd rather not see that.
I've actually got a cameraman. I'm actually an influencer now. I'm a fitness influencer.
Yeah.
You laugh. Well, I can't amuse. I'm joking. I haven't. That was my brother. When I when it was on that machine I put on X, and that it was my brother that was filming me.
I thought it was your missus there going, was behind you going, shout, do it.
No, I was just starting out lying. It's the first time I've tried it. My brother was showing me, so the plate number will increase. But I'm not trying to learn form currently. See, I'm so tall. See, me and my brother are nearly the same height, but the problem is, he reckons because I'm wider build, whenever I sit on any machines, he says it looks weird the way I do it, but I'm doing it correctly. But because if you were to look closely on that video, you'll see that where the actual seat is at the bottom, my bum's not actually on it. But that's because of my height. But I was actually doing the movements correctly. But it's not much difference in height. But when it comes to machinery, we have to set them all up differently. It's not there's tiny. It's a minute amount in it.
It's not everyone does it differently.
It's strange.
I am surprised though, because I think a lot of gyms now are starting to push phones out of the gym.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking it today. Like I see so many people with their phones on the gym. I think they spend more time on their phone than doing the workout.
But also, I think it's some people start getting a little bit. Well, this is I'm recording this. Get out of my way, sort of thing. And it's like, hang on, this is a gym for everybody. Just a few. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think the gym's more of a personal thing. You kind of get your focus on
my gym has a lot of No, everyone's respectful, but my gym has a lot of influencers, like fitness
God,
influencers.
that would put me off.
But
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't say they're influencers. They're people that want to make a little bit of a following, but nobody like goes, "Don't, I'm recording." They're all respectful. They don't do it. You know these silly videos you see of people getting upset because somebody's walked past their video. You don't get any of that, and when they do, you get warned. Cause sometimes they have people come in to do proper film shoots. They do, but they never get anyone in the shot. They don't. They're proper like, but yeah, they do that. They do.
I think the gym's there for a reason. You're supposed to be there to work out, not
Are
to
you-
start
are-
recording a blooming video.
I do use my phone at the gym, but I use Rep Counter, and I use Rep Counter. That's like an app where you basically record your whole workout and write in what kg it was, how many reps, and so on. It's quite a good app, and I use Google Galaxy, which obviously is a monitor, so it can monitor your training, heart rate, how long, calories they say, but I don't think it's 100% accurate. Also, for me, I let it track my sleep and everything. Obviously, it is AI, and I know Removable's not a big fan of it. I'm coming round to it more because I can see the health benefits to wearing it, and I know. I like to know what zone I'm in, really, because the only other factor you're working at is sweating. But I just feel it helps.
Oh, your heart rate is the biggest thing.
Well, the heart rate and it tracks.
You could literally walk down the road and sweat. It does. It's your heart rate.
Yeah,
and you'll feel your heart rate. You'll know if you're working out. Your heart rate is going to be.
Trust me, I took something once, and I wish I never took it. You know how I take my A5s? Yeah. Them ones I told you I take the fat burn as well. They had a different one. One up. Oh mate, oh fucking hell! I wish I'd never took it.
I don't mess around anything like that.
But it was all right. Then one day I had it, and I was out working. I had to sit down. I fucking thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some of the things can really screw your chemistry up.
So I haven't took one of them since, but that's got loads of stuff in it. So I haven't took that since. It scared me. That did. It did, but yeah. What do you think about these health watches? Because I do believe that they can really help you. Because I know Masuku uses some kind of health watch as well.
Yeah.
We have big conversation in the DMs. No one knows about. It's all about health and fitness. It is.
Yeah. No gaming.
If you're not talking about burgers, I'm not interested. Yeah. But I just look at it this way: is like if I used to work out. Oh God. From the age of about 10 to about 25. And I would do what I would classify as toning. Mine was all about strength and toning because I was a very thin kid, burning off energy, burning off everything. And the best way I ever found for working out was going with someone, and they were my monitor. They would recognise where I was going wrong, like with your brother doing your form. They would recognise my heart rate. They were the better people because what you do is they can tune into the specifics of the individual. And they were like my spotter. They were my trainer and everything like that. I found going with a friend or a mate and then just maybe having a little bit of a battle with each other, like, doing a run for about 2 or 3 minutes against each other. That seems to be I always found to be the better way of dealing with it. I can understand why people use the monitors. I wouldn't say I don't want to know how accurate they are because they can be a little bit temperamental.
Yeah, because you have to really strap it on tight. It says, and I feel sometimes like I do workout right, and when I'm squatting, I feel like it's at 110. And I feel that's too low. I think sometimes it should be much higher, but I think it's because I was like my brother says. He says it's working, but because I had a Fitbit and that was really crap for heart rate. He says we were training and he said, "Why is that on 80 or 90?" And he says that's not tracking you because he says
The
you're
best
struggling.
way to really work out your heart rate is actually learn how to feel your pulse. You'll be able to learn quicker than you're more accurate with your finger and pulse than you will learn on a Fitbit. You'll learn the beats per minute with your pulse.
My issue,
and also that would give you a good indication as well. Should anything happen or further down the line, you need to learn someone's pulse. It's a good skill to learn.
yeah, I've got this thing that I don't like feeling my own pulse or heartbeats or hearing heartbeats. I hate it. It's not something I can do. It's like, do you ever get a point where sometimes you're not training, but you can hear your heartbeat for some reason? Oh God, I hate it. I need to put the pillows over my ears. I can't. I don't like it. I hate it. It scares me. No, stop. Right, where's that mute button? That I don't like it. I don't.
Well, you don't like. What about in games then? Because sometimes you hear that, don't you, in games? You know, I'm just like,
walk out the room.
How does that?
Walk out the room. Walk out the room. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that they have like for like general population like good things like that step tracker that's like everybody should get.
Well, I had a friend of mine when we did the walk earlier this year for like 20 miles. A friend of ours had step trackers. It failed miserably. It really didn't track very well.
You weren't using a bike, were you? Because they always fail on a bike.
No. This was the walk. This was like a mountain up the hill, down across thing and that. And I didn't use a step tracker. What I did was it was what I'd classify as a route tracker, and then I just worked out the steps based on that. Because we quickly worked out the step tracker was fun. It would either misgauge steps, or add steps. Like something like you'd slip or something, and that would gauge another few steps. Or if you climb up a mountain or something and make a wrong step or twist or something like that, it would gauge a few more steps. I don't think it's quite fully that insane. I mean, some might be much more specific. But George, I think, do you really need to know that data? If do you really need to know that you've done 17,000 steps when you say, oh, actually, I've done 3 miles? Do you really need to go too intricate into it? Are you overthinking it? When in reality, maybe it's just like, do you know what? I made it to the end of the road. Boom. Next week, I'm going to make it to the end of the other road. Boom. Next week, I'm going to make it to the end of the roundabout.
But I think that you have a little bit too rosy idea of people's exercise routines, because like I think like
the trouble is, I know you can get really addicted to it, and I've been there myself. You can get into such a hyper addiction to, and that's one of the reasons why working out is a good thing. You can get into the point where you just go overboard with it, and it's just like with anything else. I think sometimes it just needs, it's better to kind of pull back and enjoy it for what it is. That's my opinion. Again, I'm happy for. I mean, I've got friends who literally do exactly what everyone else does. They have the tracker. I've got someone who's got an Excel spreadsheet who works out his calories per meal, per what he's even feeds in his step tracker to the calories to what he burns, and then uses that to work out what meal he should have next. There's some people who will go to the 8th degree, and I just think, oh, do you know what? I was like, for me, and it's just me, I would just think, I've got too much more important things to kind of worry about. When you've got kids, you're like, that's it. Do you know what? I've done maybe 3 miles. That's it. Oh, as long as I've done 3 miles, or I've gone to this road here and come back again.
No, but I mean like most people like are coach potatoes. Like they really would need
Oh,
some kind of idea what they are doing.
well,
Like
this is the thing. This is the thing. If you're a coach potato, that's the better way of looking at it. Is that, do you know what? I need to go to the end of the road. Do you know I need to go to the shop? I need to every morning get up and jog around the block.
mm,
That's probably the better way of starting it than just saying, do you know what? You get the people who start after Christmas and they go, oh, I'm going to be really fit. And then they do it for about a month and a half and then it collapses
mm. But
because they go so the other way around. It's like a
yeah,
swing.
yeah. But you know, I think that like I am quite curious about all of this kind of health stuff. I have been listening to a lot of things and reading about a lot of things,
You
and
listen to
most
Andrew Huberman Lab.
yeah,
He's really clever. He is.
So like like much of our energy use is not like exercise per se, but you know the casual moving around in our home and in our work. So and you know steps track the kind of that one, like that you are active, and at least on my smart watch, it's always like saying like, okay, now you have to stand up. You have been sitting too long time.
It does. Yeah, on mine, I was at a kill training day, and it was having a right breakdown at me. It kept saying, you know, it vibrates, move, and I couldn't.
I think this is the thing. I think if you I mean don't I think it's for everyone is different. I think if you've got something that needs you need to spur you on, I say utilize it. For me personally, it's a case of my body tells me itself. You know, if like I have to physically get up on a regular basis because my body starts to set or something like that. It's just one of those things. I think I prefer to listen to my body rather than a machine, because a machine will give you the idealistic version. Sometimes, you know, your body will probably tell you that the more, I would say more, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Oh, my brain's going at the moment. It's the much more intuitive version. Like the issue I've often found is that you can push yourself too hard, or not at all in some cases, and you can do yourself some real damage. I've done myself huge damages in some of the training that I did when I was younger. You know, I've got I completely tore one of my top quads in half because I dropped a barbell on it because I was trying to push myself too hard. So I don't know. I think if it works for you, I always say do what works for you is the best way. You know, everyone's different in those regards. For me, I just like don't push yourself to the point of where the thing I think is I've seen it too many times where someone gets on a health kick, they'll push themselves absolutely to the break in 3 or 4 months, and then something happens, and then they falter, and then they go back to where they were again. Where in reality, it's much easier to do something. What was a friend of mine saying? He said the best indication of long-term fitness is getting your headspace correct. Get your headspace correct first, and everything else will. So get your routine correct, and get your brain set up so that it will do a routine without, you know, it gets locked in without having to think too much. You know, get your headspace correct first, everything will fall in for it. And he struggled with his weight for years, and he did loads of diets, he did loads of different, you know, exercises, and he just couldn't get the weight off. And he got his headspace right, he got his mentality right. He's like, do you know what, I need to just think about it and just do it. You know, something that worked well for him, set up a routine that worked mentally well for him so he could work around it long term, and it did wonders. And that work, you know, that was the better way for it. I think sometimes, you know, you can rush these things. I look at it as, when you're exercising, think of it as not as a race, but as a journey. And the journey is something you're going to do, hopefully, for the rest of your life. Not something that you're going to do for, say, 6 months or a year or 2 or 3 years and then drop it. You want to try and get into that. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I understand.
But
I'm just like saying,
better for.
Yeah, but I was just earlier like saying like these little gadget that we have. I think that they have like general
If it
health
helps you, I'd
purpose
go
for
for it.
like
Yeah.
older people, like and like generally people who don't move. I mean, like I think it has like because it will show you that you are really not moving at all.
It will. It will.
Oh yeah. I think everybody. Yeah. You'll realise how little you move. I think, but I think most people realise how little they move. To be fair, you know.
I don't know.
think-
I think people's delusion are pretty strong.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, I sit in a desk, and I can sit at my desk for 10 hours straight. You know, I've done that where I've had to work for 10 hours straight, and I haven't moved. And it's not brilliant for your body whatsoever. We weren't built to just sit in a chair for 10 hours.
Yeah, no.
We're not really built for that. You're not, and that's the problem, isn't it? And it's getting out. The trouble is, life. You have to work around. I think you always have to work your routine around life. And if you can find a way of work it around you, that's going to be much easier than trying to, work life around your routine. If that makes sense. I think if you fail one day, don't beat yourself up too much about it. You'll do better the next day.
Yeah, I really. Oh, welcome to Indie Gamer. Thanks for popping in, mate. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. But no, you are, because it's like me. Because I started in April and I've lost a lot. But obviously, I made a mistake in what I thought I lost. But I've still lost a hell of a lot. Just using the wrong scales. I use medical scales now. I have 50p to go there. Measures your size, BMI, everything. But I've lost a hell of a lot because a lot of my clothes don't fit me. Loads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've still lost a hell of a lot. But I just thought I'd lost 6 stone. I hadn't. Do you know what I mean?
This is
crap scales at home.
Forget about it as what the number.
Because I'm losing, but I'm also putting muscle on because a lot of my training is weightlifting related.
I always think if you put it as a number and you don't hit that number in your own way, it can bring you down a little bit sometimes.
You can.
So if you don't have a number, you don't have to worry about a number. And in terms of the BMI, my BMI has never been correct in my entire existence. My BMI, they said to me, the doctor said to me, it's like, your BMI is now fine. I mean, I was always underweight.
Yeah.
Until recently. And I was like, they basically said, your BMI is now perfect. And I said, I've never felt as unhealthy as I do now. When my BMI was perfect, I knew I was seriously a bit unhealthy because I've always been underweight and I didn't feel healthy at all. So I think BMI is it's a standard that doesn't work for everybody individual. I don't think it does. I don't think it works perfectly for everybody's individual needs.
A lot of the experts, I listen to a lot of people who really know stuff, and when they talk about how the NHS talks about BMI and nutrition, they basically say that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't.
The way the NHS works is they look at it from a template. The trouble is, humans aren't templates. We aren't built. Everyone's individual. Everyone has different BMIs. So as I said, my BMI, when we're looking at this, the average, they did look at the averages. So my average for my height and my body weight, that was my BMI, and I absolutely felt awful because it was not
when
worth
you were
it.
normal range.
yeah, when what they classified as normal was me. It was actually me overweight. I never felt as more heavier or felt as unhealthy as I did when my BMI was in the normal range. It's a tough one. I think you've got to trust. I think this is where you kind of got to trust your own body a little bit. Trust yourself. Your body will tell you when you're feeling a little bit shitty or feeling a bit down or feel a bit overweight. And give yourself a break. Don't push yourself too hard. And as I said, think of it as a journey. Think of it as just something that's going to happen. You're going to do for the rest of your life. Don't think of it as like, well, here's that target. And if I don't hit that target, that's it. I'm done. Or if I do hit that target, just think of it as a routine. Think of it as like the way I try, for me at least, and I'm not perfect in any means. The way I look at it is I try and do it as if I'm brushing my teeth. It's a routine. Set it up as a routine. Get it done, then forget about it. Don't think too much about it. Don't stress too much about it.
So
because if you stress too.
What are you doing now at the moment, like for like your exercise wise?
For me, I'm trying to run more.
Okay.
So the issue that because my lifestyle is that I'm generally sitting too much in a chair. So and at work, people often see me. I'm just standing up sometimes, and I'm also trying to see if I can get a standing up desk because I want to kind of move around more.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're quite the rage. People are buying standing at desks for work. People are as well.
Yeah, I would like one of those also.
I think for some people it'll work well. For some people it don't. The thing with a standing up desk, which I've seen, is that they're good for short bouts. They're good for. I wouldn't stand up for like 3 or 4 hours because it's just as bad as sitting down for 3 or 4 hours. It's one of those ones that you can sit up, stand up, I want to stretch because that's my biggest thing. I have to keep stretching. That's why I stand up on a regular basis. I literally have to keep up and go, I've got to stretch because I start to set. I'm old, so so that's the thing. I've just got to go, So I think stand desks they have their place. They definitely have their place, But it's one of those things you've just got to work to what your body kind of gives you hints with. But that's just me. Again, that's my way of dealing with it. Other people's ways are very different. I know, as I said, someone who has to be regimented. He has to do it in a regimented way so that he can work it out, and it's easier for him to kind of manage. Other people don't do it. I think that's what I said. The best word advice I can ever give anyone is like, don't stress yourself out too much about it. As long as you're doing something, on a regular basis, as long as you can keep doing something on a regular basis, you're probably doing more than everybody else. And it will take a long time, but you'll get there.
It will definitely take for me and Stubz like at least year or more.
That's again that look at this way. Even if it takes you 3 years, does it? It does as long as you're moving and keeping yourself exercise. You're doing more than what you did originally. It's you're doing if you're doing something better than what you was doing.
Indie gamer. Doing something on a regular basis. What if you're eating burgers on a regular basis? Everything in moderation, it's fine.
The carnivore diet I have heard does seem to work for some people, so you never know. I think this was it the old saying, too much of a good thing is bad. I think that is pretty much a true saying. Moderation, isn't it? What I've heard rumors for. It's like with anything. Moderation for social media, moderation for your burgers, moderation for podcasts.
Welcome to Luke Steele. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, should we talk some games? Do you reckon?
Oh, now you mentioned burgers. Now you're going to talk games. That was a quick deviation, wasn't it?
Wow.
Too much temptation.
Have you got any games you want to talk about?
To be honest with you, I don't know about you, but I just finished the Metaphor ReFantazio demo.
I've got the trailer. Hold on.
Did you finish the demo?
No.
I played like 2 hours of it.
What I got to, because I don't want to push,
There we go.
don't want to mention it too much, but it gives you a choice. So basically, you get to a point where it says you have 3 days to do whatever you want. Go ahead, but beware. Depending on your choice, this demo might actually like end sooner rather than later. And I thought that was a brilliant little way of just letting you explore a little bit about it. It's definitely a demo that has been thought out carefully and well put. We don't really talk about demos enough. I think we do need more demos that are well thought out and well produced, because that will help sell the game. And I think actually Metaphor Fantasio sold over, was it 1 million already? Is it?
Yeah, I think I saw something also. Yeah.
It's already hit, 1 million. It's already, going out there. And I know I'm hoping to get it for Christmas. So, I'll have to cut, which is really frustrating. I want to play it, and I was like, I can't play anymore. But yeah, it's speaking of demos, Steam's next fest starts today. Demo Century. That's right, Indy. Yes. So if you're into your demos, that is going to be one for it. Honestly, Steam is superb for demos like that. We really do need more demos on console. I really do. I know it's getting better, but it's come on, more demos. I think, regardless. But yeah, this is just for me. I found it was a very good demo. It showcased off, I think, enough to not give away too much, but also give you a good idea of what sort of the game you're coming into. So if you're like that sort of RPG, this is a very good, it gives you the good flavour of the game. I think it's been well done. I think it's probably helped, at least on the consoles, help push the game a little bit. I see Masiko's talking about the Citizen Sleeper 2 demo.
Yeah, I'm super. I just saw it before, like starting the.
Are you downloading it?
And,
are you downloading it right now? Come on, chop.
Yeah, it's downloaded, so got to try it out. I really love the first one. It's like such a cool concept. It's like super minimalistic, but it's like you can see like the people who made it had like this kind of understanding, like how people understand tabletop games, that they have to be able work in a this kind of format that how would I say it? It's like clear.
They have a
like
good understanding of the game
instructions.
and how to translate it across into,
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how the board game works and how to bring that enthusiasm, that joy of the board game into the gaming world, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And since they got all the visuals and the music, and you can bring so much like all the choices. I think it should work as a tabletop game. I'm not sure how complex it would be, but I think it would work out. And,
I don't think we've got. Have you Indy? Not Indy. Sorry, apologies. Stubz, you don't have an actual trailer for that, have you?
No, I haven't got a trailer.
No, it's just off the press. So
you want me to try and do it on the fly? I can, but it might blast people's ears out.
Yeah. Actually, the trailer I saw it like earlier, so it looks like much more like it looks like they have more budget, so they had pretty nice looking trailers for it. So I wonder how the real game will look. So maybe next time when we chat, we can talk about it more.
Well, this is the thing. This is where I think if you've done a really good demo and you've given it gives you a clear indication of what the game is about, That's the best thing that a demo can do. It gives you a good idea, a good tease into what the game is, without, pushing it too far. If that makes sense, it's there. I suppose it's there to give you the appetizer, isn't it? It's the appetizer of the game, and if you can do a good demo, it'll probably sell it on its own. I mean, the biggest problem with the demos, I think we've mentioned before, is a demo can either make or break a game. It's not easy to do. So demos that are well done, should be kind of applauded for it. I applaud any dev who takes the risk with a demo. They really do kind of, it is a make or break for a lot of especially indie games. It is a bit of a break for them, sort of thing. So, but I think there's a lot of things. Yes, I think as Indy mentioned, this the samurai one, was it the Speed of Samurai?
Yep. Yeah, that's the with the cool mocap style.
Mm.
And it's really cool that they use this kind of more film frames, so it looks a little bit like more like mocap from the old films. So it has this feeling like from those old 50s, 60s, or 70s styles when they were using those.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It gives it that nice. Oh, is it not retro feel? It's more of like a. Oh God, what is it? It's almost like a film grain. What was it kind of almost like? I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's like effect, isn't it? It's like not filter. Would filter be the correct terminology?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm not
old
expert in
worldy
those
filter.
either. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the expert in on those either.
But
yeah, it's the art.
Oh God, yeah, it's not easy, sort of thing. But is there any other ones that you've spotted so far that you're kind of looking forward to?
No, I haven't gone through the page, but I just because I have that game on the follow, so it pop up, so got that one right away.
Oh, you follow the actual developers on. So it's one of those things that kind of it's come through and it's.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's like? Because speaking of that, you've got the Tokyo show, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, I have got some.
I
have got some of the trailers from that. I have Legacy of Kain. Is that one you want to look at? Oh, there you go then. Legacy of Kain.
I've been asking for
Remastered.
Well, the argument was always going to be: is it better a remaster or a remake? And to be fair, this is one of my favourite games. I've got both. Well, I've played all of them. I've played all of the Legacy of Kains, and Soul Reaver was my favourite out of all of them. So to see this just improved upon in every format is just, it warms the cockles of my heart, because and what got me, and this is going to be the geek in me, is that the trailer for this played the music from the demo disc that we got when it first came out, which is Sanctus Christos, and it is perfect. It just brings back so much nostalgia, and it's just like, for me, this is a guaranteed purchase. I don't care, I've got it, but I'm gonna get the remaster for it. It's just, I've just got to have it. Somehow I'll try and save up some money for it, which I don't think is going to be expensive either. I think they've actually said it's not going to be too expensive either. But yeah, this just looks amazing for me. It is in December, and I'm just like, God, I've got to get it. But I don't. Have you ever played it, Stubz and Masuka?
No, I haven't. When you listen to the podcast now, I'll be shocked that I haven't played it.
But again, it is a PlayStation game, so
Yeah, I was
Probably
just
superb.
checking this trailer, and you know, seeing that kind of combat system really takes you back in time. It's
Oh
like
god,
they
yeah.
don't make that kind of combat system nowadays.
No. What really got me, and again, it was the thing, the first one and the second one, because of it was the storyline and the voice work is superb. The storyline I absolutely love as well. What got me, one thing that I didn't like with the second one was that on the first one, if you stuck an enemy with a pike and then shifted time, they would be frozen in the air, and the spike would be frozen in the air. In the second one, it just drops to the floor, and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, it's just kind of lost a little bit of stuff like that. But no, the game itself, the puzzles, everything, it just oozes. It's just one of the games I absolutely adore. And the
So
fact that
what?
it's only 1 and 2.
Yeah. Was this PS1 generation or?
Yes, I think it was.
All right. So quite.
Is it PS1 or was it PS2? Oh God, now you got me. I think it's PS1. I'm not 100% sure. Of course, that brings me back some minds. Yeah, I think it was PS1.
Mm.
I think so. I'm not
People
100%
have
sure.
been waiting quite a long time.
We've been mentioning about this for years in terms of remasters and remakes, and the thing I think that worries me slightly when it comes to remasters or a remake is they start messing around with the lore. They start making it for what I classify as modern audiences. And it's like, no, don't mess around with it. Stick with what it is. And I'm hoping they haven't messed around. Whilst the graphics look superb, I'm really hoping they haven't tweaked any of the voice work or any of the lore, for modern audiences. I generally don't think that's a good thing. That's why I like Night Dive Studios. They literally, regardless of the product, they stick to what the original game was, and then they only add to it from what was missing or couldn't be addressed at that time. They never tweak or change anything in terms of for a modern audience. It's like, no, this is what it was then. We're committed to that product and that's it. And I think that's the best way of dealing with it. Because when you start tweaking things, when you start trying to do a modern audience version or take on it, it doesn't work, because the whole thing was designed, built, and its whole ethos was built from that time period. So it's going to break it in somewhere along the line. It's going to break it in some format. It won't feel right, So I think for me, I'm a little bit worried, but we'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. From what it looks at this moment, this looks superb. Hopefully, it's because it's not Night Dive that's doing this, is it?
Yeah,
Stubz is asleep.
And I think it looks like really smooth. Like I think that they are on the right track, at least just looking this trailer.
Yeah. I'd like to think, as long as they keep to the original, I think it will sell well. It really will sell well. Fingers crossed. As I said, that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Any other ones that you've got, Mr. Stubz, on Toyko?
Yeah, I've got. Hold on. Where are they?
This is where he's hidden them, or wasn't he? He haven't realised it.
There we go. I've got Legend of Mana, if that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Mana.
Yeah, I think it's Legend of Mana.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. This is
Isn't this? Am I being an idiot? It's not out already, is it?
There's a demo out. I don't know if the game's out. But...
That's where I was thinking it was. Yeah, it's the demo that's what I was about to say. I'm sure I've seen something. I mean, it's. I like these sort of things. It's cute. It's got a lovely art style. Is this newish game or old game? I can't remember.
No, this is the old game, but they have like later they are showing in the trailer that the new Mana game is coming also to Xbox.
Will that be so? This is out. Well, so this will come. Is it tied in with the new one? Then is it like a package deal?
No, not a package deal. But I think that this is like a collection, so it has like more than one game. This
Oh,
old
okay.
one, yeah.
Well, that'll be good if we can do it. Yeah, that'll be. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, I like it. It looks good.
It does look
I
good.
like that. I'm biased. I've got that. I like that. I like the art style
It
anyway.
seems like a game I'm sure VJ would like. Maybe.
Yep.
The trouble is, he's got so many on at the moment, isn't he?
Well, he's busy. Yeah, he's busy. I can't get hold of him, so yeah, he's definitely busy. He is, but I'm
What
sure.
about you? Is there anything you spotted that you like?
What did you say? Sorry.
I said, is there any that you spotted that you like?
Well, metaphor ReFantazio.
ReFantazio. Is it Tasia?
Yeah,
Or
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
Well, that was that.
It's not though.
I've still got to finish the demo on that. Now, which was this one? I've got BLEACH-Rebirth of Souls here, Reawakening. Now, I don't know if this is from the Toyko Game Show. It might be. It's the way they download, you see. It might be. I don't know if it was, but I've got this trailer on here. Bandai
Namco.
That's it. That's the way.
Now, what was the game of this one?
This looks like it probably was at the Tokyo Game Show, actually.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason I would have downloaded it.
Ah, okay. Bleach. Okay.
I'm trying. This looks familiar.
Yeah, it's the anime.
Not every, but you know what I'm saying is it's got that. It's. I'm just trying to think. Is this like a? It's got that vibe, isn't it? I'm trying to think of what it was called. Oh, Bleach: Rebirth of Souls. Right, is that so? Is that a?
It's like an anime, not a game. Wait a minute.
I'm just thinking it's a fighter. It's a fighter series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see myself in. I'm a fanatic for anime sort of games, though. I think we both are, aren't we, Basika? We've kind of got that sort of.
Yeah.
Actually, I keep looking at anime on Netflix, but there's that much of it. Like hundreds of episodes or something. I don't even know what to watch.
I know the perfect one for you. You know, it's going to work out with your, gym routine.
Is it?
It's called Hajime no Ippo.
What's it? Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, I will write it down on the YouTube chat.
I still think he needs to watch.
Or just DM me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Have you watched in terms of Dan on Netflix at the moment?
No.
Yeah, I have actually read the manga of that one, but I haven't checked
you
the
have,
anime.
have you? So you know the art. You know what's happening about it. Then you know like what's going on, where everything is.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a crazy,
It
proper
is
crazy manga. It is like it. It's like Legend of the Overfiend blended with, I don't know, Akira.
Yeah. It's like
And if you know what Legend of the Overfiend is, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like
Don't look that up.
They really went there, didn't they?
Legend of the Overfiend was oh god, it was it's an adult anime is the best way I'm going to describe it. Yeah, adult fantasy anime, and I tell you what, it is just so out there. But that's what I was like. It's like, hang on a minute, this is for Netflix. It's like they don't do, often, really out there. They don't really show off the really out there anime, do they?
Yeah.
But also it's what's the other one from Studio Ghibli's just recently come out? Oh,
Yeah, the Boy and the Hare.
Heron. Is it Heron? Heron?
Heron, yeah, Heron. Yeah.
Heron. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, super. Well, I'll go watch that hopefully sometimes this week as well. But yeah, Netflix is actually kind of starting to kind of hit the correct thing, isn't it? Hit the correct audiences, put in some pretty decent anime, which is I didn't expect. Normally, you'd expect it from Crunchyroll or But yeah, it's I must admit I was not expecting Dan to be on there.
On that level, no.
It is a very much an adult. Again, it's a very much an adult anime, isn't it? That's what it is. It's there to kind of
Yeah, and I also checked that documentary that Stubz you recommended.
Which
The wrestling one.
Oh, the Vince McMahon one.
Yeah.
Have you seen it all yet, or do you
not all, but
I was about to say, hasn't he come out and said that's been a bit manipulated? Vince McMahon.
Do not believe what he says. Okay.
I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is that Netflix documentary isn't a quarter of what's going on with him. It's so bad that they probably couldn't even put it on there.
Well, this is the thing. This is the question.
It has nothing to do with WWE whatsoever.
I know. Yeah. Oh, I know what it is. But what I'm just saying is, I don't trust Netflix either.
Yeah, but
I suspect it's probably a lot worse. At the same time, I suspect she's exaggerated other things.
Ronda Rousey, who was in WWE, was a champion in UFC. She wasn't, and Ronda Rousey wasn't in the documentary, but you've got her going on a diary of a CEO, and she absolutely hates Vince. And she wouldn't exactly say what he was. She wouldn't say all of it, obviously. But there's a lot of stars coming out. To be fair, I believe the vast majority of it. I really would easily.
I think there's probably a lot of NDAs that have been signed.
Yeah, but that don't make no difference.
Well, no, legally NDAs can really screw up everything.
The one that's caused Vince to leave WWE. One of the hardest accusations was that's what got him out of WWE, and she signed an NDA.
Yeah, I'm always I look at things. I step back and I just go, let's see what's going on.
Billionaires think they can do what they want, but
of course they can. Of course they can. Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's not all bad in that documentary. It's not all bad. They show you.
No.
They show you how he started out. He bought his dad's company and the build up, etc. It's only later on in the documentary.
Power corrupts. Yeah. Is it power corrupts? Well, is it power corrupts? Absolute. But it's one of those things. It's there is. I suspect there's probably more against him than realised, but I also suspect there's a lot of jealousy as well.
Netflix would have Vince would have probably what's it called? Legal them.
Well, this is the thing. The last thing that he said was that he
gagged them probably as well.
Well, no. He said he was looking into legal action against some things because they said they took him out of context for a lot of some. What are they? Again, I was just catching it, but as they said, I could be misreading or mishearing. He stated that they took him out of context for a lot of the interviews he had. They didn't show the full context of some of the things, and so he says, "Just take it with a pinch of salt." What I say. So I don't. Again, you don't know whether there's like even more behind, or at least I don't know. I think it's one of those things you take on board what they've said, and then you go and also you do a little bit of research yourself.
The problem is though with Vince himself, he's always blurred the lines because it's hard to tell what he's saying is true or not true. That's the problem.
He plays the character, isn't he?
He blurs the lines
of who's him versus the character.
But there is a lot of stuff online. If you go and look it all up, there's a lot, enough, a ton. He's not even a majority shareholder anymore. TKO own basically most of the company. He's only, his kids have got very minor shares in the company. McMahon's have got no influence over the company anymore. And it was one of the biggest accusations that came out was, but they basically chucked him out of the company, but made it look like he resigned. They did.
To be honest, I have no idea. I think it's to be honest that, as I said, it's one of those things. I think that's been going on for decades.
Well, it has. That's what they're on about. They're bringing up cases from decades ago as well. But the most recent one was accusation from 2021. So that's the one that's the most damning. But I won't say it. It's all allegedly. WWE,
that's the thing.
I have to say that because WWE do go after people. It's all allegedly. No one knows if it's real. That's why CM Punk, he said loads about WWE on the podcast once, and their legal team came after him. So after that, everything CM Punk kept saying about the company, he kept going, allegedly. I was there though, but allegedly, I was.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's. But then what's the old saying is it's two people from opposing sides can see the same thing differently.
Oh,
so and it's like it's the infamous 6 and 9, isn't it? One guy sees a 6, the other guy sees a 9, depending on which side you're on.
Well, exactly. But yeah,
so
how we got that's how we get. It's my fault we got derailed. Talk about this anime game. Sorry, it was my fault. There we go. This Bleach Rebirth of Souls game.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good. It looks good. It'll be one of those. Again, it's an anime. This looks like an anime fighting game.
Yeah.
It's. I'm trying to think of the other one that's on Xbox at the moment. That's an anime fighting game. I can't think of it. It's
Guilty Gear or
Guilty Gear. Yes, Guilty Gear is actually really good. I really enjoyed Guilty Gear. That's actually a really good fighting game. If you're into fighting games and you like the anime art style, they've done a really good thing where they've actually done it's almost like a film. Have you played Guilty Gear? They've got basically a film.
I have been playing it a lot, a little bit, but I'm like just haven't dealt it so.
No, I know what I mean.
So it's
what got me was the fact with Guilty Gear was that the characters were locked off behind a paywall.
Ah.
So, the more intriguing one. So you got about 4 or 5, and there's about 13 or 15, and the rest are stuck behind season passes and season paywalls.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not a fan of that. No, not a fan of that. I don't mind the odd character selection. I think this is where I think Tekken and maybe Mortal Kombat do a better job of characters. The basic set is there from the actual beginning, and then. But yeah, Guilty Gear does have I think it's about a full hour's worth of anime story behind it, which you can watch at any point as well, which is great. And I'm like, oh, okay. But Bleach Rebirth Souls, that's going to be a pretty good one. Speaking of something that comes for Xbox, I know Stubz is going to be joining me and VJ. It's
what
come
game?
on, Stubz.
No idea.
Ah, now
mercenary.
this
It's not.
is a
Well, what's
It's
this?
not mercenaries, is it?
I don't know.
Help him out, Masuka. Come on, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it is Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries.
Oh,
That's Clans. Clans is
Yeah.
coming out, and it's coming straight to Xbox Games Pass.
Is it?
So there's no
Is
excuse
this
for you
out this
not
year?
to kind of. Yes,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's out
Okay.
pretty soon. In fact, I think it's out like end of October.
Oh.
So it's
Let's see if we can get VJ
it's
back.
no
See if we can
yeah,
see if we can get VJ back for then. We can.
yeah, it's no excuse not to kind of jump in a mech with us and pew pew lots of other mechs.
That's true. Yeah, there is no excuse. So
Well, there is. You'll find the excuse.
I usually do.
But no, yeah, it's yeah, Tokyo one. It's a lot of really good games coming out. I think the problem being is like as everything with October to December, it's trying to work out what you're going to pick up if you've got the money,
Exactly.
which I don't.
Well,
So I'm back to the old standard of like, which one game can I afford this year? Is there something that you've got your eye on, both of you, for this?
Well, I need to really get. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm what's it called? Hold on a minute. Let's. I'll read. I've missed Indie Gamer's message here. You know, you're on about paywalls and fighters. He says lots of fighters do have some characters behind the paywall, but there is a big roster in Tekken from the off, but extra characters for more.
Small DLC characters is normally as a season pass, which is the better way of dealing with it.
He wants to know: are you going to EGX as well?
I'm unable this year, which is unfortunate. No, I'm unable. My partner is. She's got a lot of CPDs to continue, so it means that I am effectively looking after the kids. So no, unfortunately not. I'm not going to be able to make it, which is a pain because it's the very first year that has MCM attached to it,
that's
is
like a Comic-Con thing, isn't it? Mixed in together.
Yeah, which is good because I wanted to grab a whole load of stuff from there as well. And I ain't going to get a bloody
chance to do it.
You could have got
loads of videos of all the people in cosplay and put them on YouTube and get loads of views. I see people doing it on YouTube. That's all I do.
It's a little pervy, little pervy, but I can understand why they're doing it.
Deadpool does a lot of that when he goes to shows. And like all the people dressed up
I think
in Halloween.
Deadpool's a bit more respective. I would not classify Deadpool as pervy.
No.
He does it respectfully. We're not talking about him doing underskirt shots here. We're talking about him as actually interviewing them and look. Don't you try and get me into some sort of, a beef with Dreadpool, don't you?
No.
Well, RemovableSanity, you could always like.
I wasn't even on about that. I was on about people just filming people waving in cosplay. I was on about that. That's your dirty mind.
Yeah. Dirty-minded sod. But it's actually no. I think it's. I think the. I've seen a few of them where they do interviews with the actual. A lot of the cosplayers themselves and how they actually go into the depth of like how they've made the costumes, because some of their costumes are absolutely crazy. It's they really kind of. They really go into it, sort of thing. But it's I think Indy's saying that this year EGX, a lot of people don't feel like they're missing out. I think you're right. I think even Luke has said the same thing. I haven't heard much in terms of what they're actually kind of, many games there's kind of like going now. In fact, some games have pulled out.
Really?
So
that's interesting.
yeah, well, definitely Ubisoft's, the Japanese what's it called? Game is out. That's not going. What's it called?
Is that because it's linked with MCM and I don't like the fact it's been in there, or just
no. They've got a controversy. A lot of Japan. This controversy with the characters in Japan.
Okay.
They're really pissed off at Japan in some cases. So I think they're trying to work a best way around that. But no, I think this. Yeah, I think this. There doesn't seem to be much in terms of announcements. Which is a bit of a shame. I would have expected more announcements, to be fair. So I don't know what's going to go on. Yeah, as he said, we'll have to go to WAS. WAS will be the one for me. That's one I've guaranteed I'll be going down to. It's always a really good showing, really good event sort of thing. I think it'll be a shame. I wanted to see go to EGX and MCM and see what it was like, because this is the first year they kind of combined them together. So, and I do want to try and support live events. I don't want them to disappear, because live events is what we need more of them. I personally want. That's just me, but we'll try and see if we can get Masuku to come down again. You're not going to EGX this year, are you, Masuku?
No,
He's flying out in his private jet.
Unfortunately not.
He is.
But yeah, let's see if I can join you guys in the
2025
festivities, sometime.
Yeah, maybe next year. It's one of those things. We'll see. Hopefully hopefully it'll still be good, but it's one of those things. Life got in the way, unfortunately, and that's the way it is. So we'll see how it goes. But there's so much going on this year, isn't there? So much going on. Wasn't it? Didn't it say? I think I sent you a DM, wasn't it? An Xbox.
There's a Xbox. Hang on, I'll get the DM up, because you did send me it just before.
See, I do send these. I spot something and then I send it to the Stubz.
We have Xbox Wire rights on their X account. We are thrilled to announce the next Xbox partner preview. Our No Fluff All Games broadcast is coming this Thursday. I'll say it the English way, not the American way. This Thursday, the 17th of October. But they've got October 17. You know how they like to manipulate our language.
Yes, again, that'll be interesting to see what.
So I'm reading it here. In the latest instalment, we'll feature a mix of new and up-and-coming games for you from incredible partners like Remedy Entertainment, Sega, 505 Games, and many more, with over a dozen new trailers over the course of 25 minutes.
25
During
minutes.
Xbox Preview Partner, you'll get a first look at gameplay at the Alan Wake 2's next expansion, the Lake House, an action-packed new trailer for Like a Dragon Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii.
They should have stuck with Like a Pirate. That would have been so much blooming easier to say. Like a Pirate would have been a better way.
At multiple bosses in dark fantasy action game Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
That looks good.
They're giving away. Why are they giving it all away? I won't say no more, because you know what I mean. They've got an article telling you exactly what's in it. That's gives the people some surprises. But yeah, that's in the article.
25 minutes seems a bit short.
It does.
I would have liked 40 minutes. 40 minutes at least. 25 minutes. I mean,
no, we need at least a 3-hour Twitch stream, don't we? Indie gamer. That's what we need. 25.
No.
We need like a 3-4 hour Twitch stream of it.
No.
40 minutes is just about right. You get some gameplay, you get maybe the odd conversation, not too much, and you get action. And I think you can get away with that. 25 minutes. I feel that if they're doing just trailer, it's going to be the trailers are going to be like 3 or 4 minutes long. If they can be knocking out loads of trailers, which might work, it may work, but I don't know. I just kind of think the 40 minutes.
The 3 hours. Indy could do a podcast. We could all stream together. All the content would be unreal. Watching the Twitch streamers not really understand what the hell they're talking about, but they've been told to talk about it anyway. No, I don't really miss them. It's obviously a joke.
You do kind of, because No, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think, yeah, 25 to 40 minutes is about right. It gives you everything that you need. You know, if you
So
miss it, you can catch up
obviously,
with it as well.
with it being partners, it's nothing Xbox. It's just partner games. Just means third party, really. I don't, everyone's a partner. Anyone who puts a game on Xbox is deemed a partner, isn't they? That's what I thought.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know,
Oh, well, it just means big developers, then, basically. That's what it means, probably.
Possibly. I mean, at the moment, they've got the last couple of social media posts I've seen regarding indie games, and a lot of people aren't quite happy with Xbox at the moment.
None of them. I don't even think PlayStation's doing a good on that front. Xbox used to be the platform for the indie games to be, but yeah, then like all your researching and talking to people at EGX etc., you've found it not to be the case in the past.
It'll be interesting when I go to WAS again to find out, but generally I found there's either too many barriers, or people aren't talking to each other, or there's some sort of, it's hard to get in touch with people or something along those lines. They've struggled, and that's the thing, or they've struggled to try and hit all the elements which Xbox wants in terms of targets or aspects like that. And for like an indie developer, that's not always feasible. It's not always, you can always do that sort of thing.
It's true.
Which is a shame. But at the same time, I think also, Xbox does kind of need to step up a little bit as well. They kind of need to. It's getting better. It's getting better, but they could do a lot better as well. And this is where I think they should have at least a representative at some like the places like WASD, where they can go in.
It really wouldn't be difficult, because I do know that Xbox has got people who work in the UK. They've got partners.
I know.
They've got
I've met
Game On.
and unfortunately they've left.
I think Xbox own Game On, the YouTube channel, correct? They own it, yeah. Xbox On, I believe they own it.
Don't know. I'm not 100%. But I actually met up with a couple of the original Xbox indie managers, and they generally did try, and they were really lovely people. They really were helpful. And then unfortunately, I think they kind of moved on. I don't know who's doing it now. But I mean, they definitely, in the olden days, you'd see them at EGX Res. They'd have a booth. And right there would be their, ID Xbox manager just talking to people. He'd just be there and have a chat. It was such a good way of just getting to know different developers and getting them on board and stuff like that. I kind of, since it kind of EGX Res kind of disappeared and has moved, translated over to WASD, I don't think I've seen Xbox even bother, which is a shame, because there's some fantastic games that are just like ripe for Xbox. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think with a lot of the indie itself at the moment, if I'm being honest, I think it's getting it feels like it's trimming down a lot of stuff. It's trimming away the fat, and that's whether it's person or departments. I think it's at this stage. I think everybody's kind of trimming the fat, and so I think they're focused more on bang for their buck than they are about looking for new things.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's happening with a lot, because they've made some major acquisitions that Xbox have, and you know what happens if like in pest control, there's been some big companies bought up. You know what happens? They all, as you say, they trim the fat and get rid of people. That's what they do.
And I think that's what's happening at the moment. I think there's a lot of trimming the fat, and it's I think it's going to happen for maybe a couple of more years. I think it's highs and lows. It will then come back again. People will start getting, put into positions, and then it'll be let go again. And then I think that's what it is. I think it's just highs and lows.
Exactly. Indy has a question. Okay, guys, let me know some of your best indie games you played this year. He's missed the past few months due to personal stuff, obviously. Let me know. Oh, I'm terrible at indie games.
Well, you don't bother, do you? It's like indie games. What's that?
I tell you what, I was playing a game called. I can't remember. It was on PC. I never completed it. It was really good. Astros.
It's that good. I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, I can't remember. Indie reviewed it, previewed it. I'll look on my Steam library. It's on the PC.
There's been some superb.
I haven't completed it though.
There has been some. There's been, I would say, some superb indie games that have come out recently. The ones that probably stick in my mind, and I know Indy has played it as well.
Ultros. Ultros. I'm saying, I know I'm butchering it in.
I know you're butchering it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it does say I put 25 hours into this game, not 25.9 hours.
Just the what's it called? That's the tutorial though.
Oh, I'm a bit further past that.
Yeah, there has been actually like just lately there has been a lot of indie games coming out, but I just haven't had the time. Like there was that Ghibli inspired game that Europa.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I really want to play that, but just haven't had the time.
There's been for me. There's ones that currently stand out in my head, and it's only because I've reviewed them. Is Gory Cuddly Carnage. That was a really fun game. One that I spotted from EGX was Conscript.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
that was really cool. And also Crow Country. That was a really good, like almost horror. Paper Trail. I think me and Indy sat down at last at WAS. Again, that's another. There is some really good games that have just literally come out. Bulwark, Falconeer Chronicles.
Yeah,
another one.
And there was that rally game also with a lot of drifting.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh god, my brain's working. That's the problem, because your brain you look at it, you go, oh Christ.
Victory Heat Rally. Now I found it.
Yep. There has been so many really good indie games out there today. Victory Heat Rally, yeah. It's some really good indie games out there. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with them all, and this is the thing. There's so many good indie games out there at the moment that's coming through. That's why when people are like, oh, there's nothing to play. It's like, for me, it doesn't bother me. I've got so many indie games to kind of jump onto. There is just in fact, if anything, it's just too much. There's so much to enjoy. Stubz asleep.
I'm still here. I'm not asleep. I'll be honest. I'm trying to think of what the hell I've played this year.
Gears.
I've played Gears.
Gears Tactics.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 I need to get back to, because I paid over 60 quid for that, and still got to get back to that, because I do like that game. That was
talking about indie games, like it's funny that the Plucky Squire also released, but I haven't really heard anybody.
Squire, I have a trailer for that. Hang on. Because I knew at some point somebody would bring it up.
I saw it got released, and then it's one of the things you rightly said. It kind of disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of people weren't
many
talking
people
about
spoke about it, which was a weird one, because it looks.
There we go. It's on screen now. Or it should be.
Because it's got that. What's the one you might remember? That is a blend of pixel art and live action. It's a horror.
Oh, is it a horror
game? It's a horror game. Oh god. They just recently announced a new trailer for it today, in fact. Oh, that's going to be really frustrating me now. It's a horror game, which is a 2D pixel art game, but it's also got live action horror into it as well. Oh God, that's frustrating. Oh, that's really frustrating.
That doesn't ring a bell for me at least.
It doesn't, or it does.
No.
It's this is really I've been trying to find out, follow it, and it's literally it's a little two. It is the blend of like action versus live action cutscenes and oh god like a 2D pixel art style. I'm trying to find it, but I can't bloody find the thing. I'll find it at some point. I'll try and let you guys know. I can't find it. I'll let you guys.
Indy said also Bow Path of the Teal Lotus came out as well.
That's one of the games that we played at EGX.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you picking it up or at some point?
Yeah. It's like it was pretty solid Metroidvania, like very much like.
I think I tried a demo, but it was kicking my ass. I stopped playing it. Yeah, it was on Steam, I think. Steam. It was a demo. There was. Yeah. I remember it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that I will play like Indy was just saying that Neva is coming out, so I'll play that out.
That is on my list. I might want to play that.
So
I might actually want to play this PC that's meant to be a gaming PC for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought a game PC and it's just sat there ever since.
It's just like content machine for all my content.
I wonder if that game is going to be like a tear jerker for the animal lovers.
Maybe.
Oh, probably.
You won't do it to me because I'm pest control. But I do like animals as well, believe it or not. Pest controller, but I do like animals.
Dead ones.
Well, it depends which animals you see. It does.
He's got those rats. He's bonking on the head with a mallet.
Yeah. Don't do things like that.
Now I got image in my head. Is like Stubz with huge pedal like smashing.
That's not how we do it. I tell you what, you want to take a rat on. Do you know they can jump over you? Did you know that? If you ever corner a rat, don't do it because they'll jump on your shoulder and they might bite you. They don't run for your feet because they think you're going to stamp on it. I've never done it. Someone told me not to do it because he did it, and luckily it didn't bite him. But they jumped on his shoulder and jumped off because they think they're going to stamp on it. But never corner one. Unless it's a Jack Russell dog, it'll rip his head off anyway. But yeah, let's carry on anyway with games. That's well. But yeah, Indy reckons it might be a bit of a tearjerker. Neither might be.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, since we were talking about the Xbox, Tokyo show, like there was that one game that I was really surprised that is coming Xbox, because this series has never been on Xbox before. Was this Atelier Yumiya?
Oh, I ain't got that one. Damn.
Yeah. It's like it's very anime looking game. It's like JRPG with this kind of potion elements. So finding different.
Oh yeah, I know what you're trying to think. Oh yes.
Yeah, that actually is very good looking game. So I think they have like increased their budget, and let's see, it could be finding a new audience in the Xbox crowd.
This is the thing. Just this is why I don't mind games going to other platforms, because it's just going to bring in a new audience to potentially games that never had that audience. So I think I kind of am happy. I'm happy for games to either start on one platform and move to another one. After a short period of time, I'm quite happy for that. If you say
straight away, day one, all platforms, I'm quite happy.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, but Microsoft will eventually, because as they say, they're not in the console market; they're in the software market, service market.
Yeah, but I reckon they'll
Because
still.
the console market doesn't have any growth. There's no growth there at all.
I still think they're still. I don't see them kind of just completely just stopping off and going, I'm not going to do it.
No, I didn't say they were going to stop making consoles. I just said that they'll probably open it up to all platforms, all games. Eventually, I think they will. I think all
maybe,
of them.
eventually,
I think eventually all platforms will. And you just pick which box you like the best. But it's not anytime soon, so I wouldn't worry.
Well, with AI, you know.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
And
I know who
question,
writes all your videos now? ChatGPT. He just reads it off the screen. I'm joking. I know you'd never do that. That was a joke. I use that.
What's that?
ChatGPT.
I ain't got access to it, mate. I ain't got a PC, so it's no good for me.
It's a mobile app, mate. It's on your mobile. It's free.
I don't have it on my mobile.
No, well, you don't need a PC to do it. Have you played Plucky? No, I haven't played it. I haven't got it. Have you got it? Any of you two?
Luke has been playing.
Luke has not much, about an hour. It's more than I've played. He's played the tutorial then.
Oh yeah, he's completed the tutorial without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. It's one of those things. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it yet. That's the other things. I've got a limited amount of time at the moment, and we've got so much on work and stuff like that at the moment. We're just kicking off. It's near Christmas, so it's like, right, okay. As usual with the industry that I am, it's like, oh, it's near Christmas. That means you want everything done like last week before the Christmas holidays. And it's like, well, thanks. That's not going to happen.
Did you see the I'm probably butcher this name. We had a big fan of the game on here once, Chris C Unit, good guy. Sudoku 1 and 2 HD remaster. I'm probably saying it wrong. I am. That was also at the game show, the Tokyo game show, and there's also I've got Dragon Quest 3 trailer too. So I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's a pity VJ isn't here.
Yes, it is a pity VJ. This is his kind of
his jam.
His jam or cup of tea, definitely. Thought I'd mention it because I had it on the screen for a bit, but we were talking about something else. But VJ would be the man you'd need for this, definitely. It would be. And then we've also. You say sorry.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, one of the nicest things that I saw during the Tokyo Game Show was that they released like a new trailer for this Life is Strange double exposure.
God, I haven't got that either. Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't get all of them, man.
What you really needed to do was probably speak to Masuku and then let him tell you which ones he wants.
Yeah, I didn't this time around. I didn't think to ask him. I usually do. But I didn't think.
This is how much he values Masuku. It's just like
I normally do. I just didn't this time.
I can't be bothered.
It's okay. Just go with it. And but anyway, both of you know that game series, right?
I've got some of them. You can be shocked again. I've completely.
Am I correct? I'm probably a bit of an idiot. Isn't that a Nod game?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Did you recently see the report that came out of Nod, which was really slightly disheartening to me?
No.
About their recent one, which was Banishers, and there's another one they did. Oh, Banishers, and I think it was.
Yeah, Banishers. You reviewed, right?
It was I really liked it, but it was they were coming back and said that it didn't do really well, and it kind of which was a real shame, because I think it's I mentioned it, it's one of those games that it will hit its own. I think it will find an audience as time goes on. It's one of those games that really is if you haven't played Banishers, I would recommend playing it because it is a really good game. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and it was a whole different premise as well. I can't think of another game that's like oldie world sort of exploration in like in America's sort of age. It just and then obviously it's got the ghosts and aspects to it. It was really well done. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, apparently it didn't do very well. I think it was another one. I think it was the one you talked about.
Jusant that they also had.
Jusant, yeah.
Yeah,
Jusant
that was
didn't do really well.
Game. Yeah.
And Banishers, I absolutely adored it. A really good game. It's one of those ones that's like I think it'll be. I hope people will pick that up later because it is just a really enjoyable game sort of thing. Yeah, it's a shame, but Dontnod kind of said that it didn't meet expectations, which was a bit of a shame, really. I was like, I do wonder if some of the games, whilst it may not meet expectations now, will it meet expectations further down the line?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the what I'd classify as some of the games that they're pitted up against big hitters, and so as most people will realise, they've only got so much cash, so they hit the big hitters, and then as time goes on, other games will then be kind of like opened up and got into. So it's a shame, really, that it's like if it doesn't hit that target within 6 months, it's almost classified as where it's dead in water. When I don't think it's like that. I think some games are like films. Like The Thing did horrendously bad in the cinemas, became a cult classic over the years. I think that's sometimes what happens with some games as well. It wasn't picked up, like Space Marines, perfect example, which is what we've got here.
It's true.
The first one didn't get a great reception, but it became a cult classic that people absolutely enjoyed. And bam, they've got the second one out, and everyone loves it. It's. I think it is going to be one of those. I think it's one of those things. I think some games it just takes a little bit longer for them to really hit their stride because they're up against something that's piqued someone else's interest during that period. It doesn't mean that it won't make the money. It just maybe not make the money in that 3 to 6 month time frame upon which they allow things to kind of gauge. I think sometimes they kind of need to say back up a little bit and go like, well, we're going to give it a year at least. Before they say, oh, it's done, it's dusted. Because I think
you have to give it more time.
Yes. Well, the thing is, because there is so many games out there now, I don't know if you can make the argument, unless of course it's AAA. I think then obviously they'll expect it, to either do well or do not. But I think for the AA's or your indie games, I think they need a longer settling period. Resting period for them to really know whether the game succeeds or not. It kind of needs, I would say, like a year. It's
and this metaphor. I know it's going to be a great game, but I'm like, I cannot stomach a game of 100 hours now. I cannot. I cannot.
Well, that's the thing. Some games just aren't you don't have the time for.
Yeah.
Not at least right now. Doesn't mean that you won't get it.
Yeah.
It's just that that's one of the reasons I haven't purchased it right now. I don't have the money, but I'm hoping to get it for Christmas. So that's coming in December. It's like 3 months away down the line. So that's 3 months. There's going to be another surge, and then you maybe have January, March. Then you have what's it what I'd classify as the the deals that happen spring deals will happen, and then people will buy there'll be another wave of games for people to purchase.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think sometimes they don't leave it long enough. It could be. That's just me. But I think some games they need to cook a little bit longer before they stabilize into really well.
It's hard from a financial standpoint. If it ain't a big AAA studio, they rely on that money to start making the next game. It's not always the case. It would be nice if they could, but I think it's more that they're probably squeezed and they're probably running out of finances. I'm not saying don't nod ain't. I'm on about in general if it happens to any studio that isn't like massive.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one for whatever developer you're in, whether you're in a AAA space or AA space or indie gaming space. I think you're always on the back foot. Regardless, you're always on the back foot, and I think it's one of those things you have to wait to find out whether a game is good. Now you get some games that are just like, I don't know, for instance, Concord.
So apparently, I have heard actually that if you didn't delete it off your console, apparently PlayStation have done something, so it's been deleted. It's been removed off people's consoles, even if they didn't remove it themselves.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But apparently, I might be wrong. Some PlayStation, I don't know, different podcast. Some PlayStation executive came out. It might have been the layoffs at PlayStation or whatever it was, and said the people that got laid off. I think it's right because and some American executive or somebody said at PlayStation, it's all right. They can go and get a job as an Uber driver or just live on the beach for a year. I have to find it.
So basically, what they said was they had a golden handshake.
Where is it? Euro. He was on Euro Gamer. PlayStation.
Well, it'll be interesting because first there's rumours it's going to come back. Now there's rumours that it's completely and utterly gone. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. There's so many games coming out. We are in the gaming renaissance, I would say, where we've just got a plethora of games to choose from.
But do you have any game that you are like must play that you still want to play before the end of year?
Oh, I found it. It was posted from the 10th of September. The former boss of Sony's European PlayStation business has come under fire for saying video game developers, I shouldn't laugh, but I can't believe it, who are laid off should drive an Uber or go to the beach for a year until the industry recovers. Chris Deering. Who the hell says that crap?
Chris Deering.
Just go and live on the beach. It's all right. Just go and live on the beach, and within a year, the industry will have recovered. I'll tell you.
I don't know. As I said, I think it's one of those things. I think there is. I think a lot of the industries had, whether you like it or not, I think they had a lot of bloat.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft contributed to that by raising all the wages and mass hiring, and then in the end, they realised it wasn't sustainable.
We said this, didn't we, when it first happened? I said it was one of those things. I was like, you may move over to a really good wage, but for how long?
Yeah. Exactly.
That huge wage is probably like only 6 months or 9 months. That's the risk you take for a huge increase, because I couldn't see them keeping those wages forever. I think it's just the industry has a bit. It's one of those things. I think it gets bloated, then it gets trimmed. The fat gets trimmed, then it gets bloated again, then it gets fat trimmed, and it's like a backwards and forwards. And I think it's just gonna. It's whatever what it happens. I think it's just going to continue. It's ups and downs, ups and downs. I think the interesting is whether or not AI is going to be pushed heavily into it.
Yeah, it is.
Well, no, I mean in terms of creativity, not in terms of background management.
No, I reckon it will be. AI is here to stay forever.
Well, I'm not saying it isn't, but what I'm saying is, I think it's. I wouldn't want a game to be created by AI.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd be happy for it to be background. Yeah. So, for instance, I could understand its utilization for maybe like an NPC.
Like if Photoshop uses AI, a lot of that technology on modelling and things like that. That's where it can be used.
But I would say, say you wanted an open world game and you wanted NPCs to speak to and have dynamic conversations with, that I could understand where the AI would be good. But the bulk of the game would still be done by humans, if that makes sense. I can understand limited AI management, or where it's going to be micromanaging heavy data in like huge battles or something like that. I can understand its use for then. But I think in terms of creativity, I don't like its.
I don't really think there's a place for it. Like indie games, AI will be used, but it will never overtake creativity or innovation. It will be used as a tool. That's true until AI will hit a level where it can be creative too. It will, but the most creative will always come from a human.
Well, you're thinking of quantum computers at that point. The moment the quantum computer is,
that's what I'm thinking.
Then they will say yes. So quantum computers at the moment, I think they've said they should have that cracked. And I'm paraphrasing, trying to remind. I was doing a bit of research on this, probably about last year, something like that, and they were gauging that they could crack quantum computing, which is what a lot of theorists believe will be the turning point for AI to be sentient.
Yeah,
is a quantum computer. They believe they can crack that by 2050. Or was it? I think they said they can crack it by 2050.
Oh right, bloody hell! I'll be old then. Bloody hell! I don't want to think.
That was a couple of years ago. Yeah. There has been refinements since. And I think
Elon he'll sort it.
Well, that is just more like a robot, slave. Effectively, let's face it, it's more of a robot slave. But in terms of actual critical thinking, they actually think they estimate 2050. I think I recently read that estimate's now dropped down to 2035.
It will probably drop down again.
Well, because they've had because of the Chat GPT and the fact that AI is just doing leaps and bounds, in terms of voice recognition, photo recognition. You think about what the AI could create in terms of generation 2 years ago versus now. I mean, have you seen those ones where it takes videos and blends them together into these absolute crazy monstrosities where they like morph and blend into each other as they go through using people's photographs? That's just absolutely crazy and sometimes horrific. Have you seen some of those?
Yeah, AI. Yeah, it will get there. It will, and it's going to shock people because AI really once it gets to it will get to a scary level. I wasn't into AI, but I use AI now as well, and it's
basically what Stubz is trying to say is that he's happy to welcome his AI overlord.
No, I use ChatGPT for content. If you're not very good at spelling and how to word stuff, you can ask it and it does it for you within seconds. It's bloody great. But you've got to make sure it's not got Americanisms in there, because it puts termites in there, but you can customize it. You take things out and get it to talk a certain way. But yeah, that cheap.
You've put in, haven't you? You put in about 3 orders for, what is it, Musk's new robot, isn't it?
No chance.
To help you out in the old bug industry world. He's going to be sitting in his van telling these robots to go out there.
It's just an app on your phone, ChatGPT. But you only get to use it so many times a day on the OpenAI. It's not actually free. It's so many times per day. But then, really, you can just, to be honest, you can just use because I got X Premium, I can use Grok. So I can use Grok AI, and there's also on Bing they've got AI. That's quite good. Copilot, and I can ask them the same questions, and they'll just do it the same as well. Like they will actually do it for me.
You're just cheating, aren't you? You're just cheating.
Well, I went to a pest control thing, and the lady had a marketing conversation, and she told us how to write the best content, and she told us exactly what to type into ChatGPT, and how to make it look good. And since then, I've been knocking. I'm scheduling all the content. I'm like 2 weeks ahead so far. I've got it all scheduled, so it drops there and then on certain dates and times. It's great.
How to squish a rat's head.
Yeah.
Part 1.
Oh yeah, it's
annoying a wasp's nest with only a lighter. Part 2.
The amount of content I've got for wasps this summer, it's not bad, but hopefully next year will be better. Wasp nest season. Got loads of watch time on the wasp nest content. People seem to like it, but I like it when someone doesn't like it because it pushes the traffic right up. When they say, you shouldn't kill wasps because there's not many around this year and all that. It's not like I go around. I don't go around the forest with a backpack on saying, right, where are you fuckers? It's a paid service. It's public health. I don't actually just do it for free. It's public health. It's not.
Yeah, if you're not in the gym, you're wandering around bonking wasps on the head with a hammer.
Well, yeah, all this content, it's unreal. Content. I also put my fitness content on my pest control channels too. Gets no end of views and support. It does. But yeah. I always proofread it. Mate. Always do. Because they put American stuff in, they mistype certain words. That's one thing. I always proofread it. Termites, I've seen some people on some other bigger companies doing it on LinkedIn, and you can tell that they haven't proofread it. They don't know about pest, because a lot of big companies, they outsource it to marketing agencies who know nothing about pest control. So they just have, there was a list of how many the top pests in England. Termites was number 1. I thought, this is done by ChatGPT. Without proofreading it or having any understanding. But yeah, I was all against AI. It's made my life easier. So in that respect,
I told you, when the robot overlords take over, Stubz will be there going, yes, master, come in, I'll help you out, no worries. Wow. I've that Masuka over there, he doesn't like AI. Yeah, that's it. I'll send you straight.
It's actually RemovableSanity. I'll send him your way. Masuka don't mind compared to you.
I prefer my analog paint.
It already knows about me. I'll be the first one to be gone. There'll be just like this accident, and then we. I have nothing against AI. I just don't, I prefer it in middle amounts.
It is scary to a degree because although now it won't, I joke, but real creativity comes from humans, clearly. But when it comes to, it will take people's jobs. AI, it's already taken people's jobs in certain industries. I'm on about if you work in software, that kind of stuff. Yeah, AI is massive in that already, and it's only going to get worse.
It's I said Musk's new robots. They're going to be doing the service industry.
Problem is though, the amount they cost. Though people say, "Oh, just replace." Yeah, but the amount they cost, people.
That'll come down.
Did you see the bartender one where he's trying to do the? Yeah. Imagine
It'll
that.
come down
The
to
robot
it's
serving
just
you.
it's well, it does that anyway. You think about it. You've got blooming self checkouts. It's only a step up
A
from
lot
that,
of
isn't
them are
it?
starting to remove them. They are. Like Asda and Waitrose, I think, are stepping back from them. They're all
Good,
about.
because they
They're
wind
on
me
about.
up.
They're on about They reckon people don't like them. They must
don't.
have. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they must have some data to suggest that they're not working and people want to go and seek a person to serve them.
Oh, 100%. If
So they
there's a
must have.
choice of self checkout,
If you've got a
person, I'm going towards the person.
If it was Sky from Asda, I think, or some company, like a big one, a while ago, I can't remember, but if they're saying it, they're the people that wanted to push it to not pay staff, etc. If they're saying it, they must have a lot of data saying this ain't working. People ain't liking it.
It's the same thing with anything.
Yeah.
You don't know what you've lost until you've lost it.
Exactly. But anyway, we could be here all night, but it's been I love self-checkout. My Waitrose has about 12 of them, and there's only about 4 neat. Absolute bliss.
Oh, no, I absolutely bloody hate a self-checkout.
We've got four in Aldi, and they don't try and prompt you over to the self-service anymore, because they even tried to prompt somebody with a full shopping load of and she was like, I want no chance.
I actually had to do that because it is literally they've got no tills open and it was just all self-checkouts, and I was like, it took me 40 minutes to bloody get this thing because I was like, the codes weren't working, none of like the reductions was being scanned. I just absolutely hate it.
Self-service, you had to do your weekly shop. Would you be doing it in self-service? Knowing you're going to say, yes, I'd do it in self-service. I can see it coming.
Give me...
If you did to do a household
person
of 4 to...
you can have a chat about, have a little bit of a laugh, get to know each other, They
ain't got time if you go out there. What speed they go at.
Get that human connection.
See, I don't like to see now. These you can scan as you go around. But I don't like that. I don't like that crap. Like AI, but I don't like that. Back it as you go. A lot of it's been ripped back out. Luke will go there one week, and there's only 2 self-service tills left. They've put the tills back in. Oh, what's happened?
I just don't think Luke likes people in general. He puts up with it. It's like. Pfft. He's getting grumpy in his old age. He's like, I don't want to speak to people.
I only like I do use self-service tills, but I only want to take cash. Pisses me off when they're a fucking card. Fuck your card. Because they always do. Oh, let's not get him started about checks. We don't want a half an hour of him talking about checks, because that's gone down in history.
Benefit.
It's legendary. It's talked about. Pinky of legend. He said once I heard Removable talk about half an hour of checks, and he listened, and it's one of them moments in history. Removable talks about checks for half an hour, and why?
It just works. As I said, I'm a walking contradiction when it comes to technology. I absolutely love technology as long as it doesn't go anywhere near the banking system. Yeah. I just don't trust technology with the banking system. Let me do it the old-fashioned way on the banking system. The rest, I don't
worry, Indy. I'm stopping the checks. We're not going there. That's it. So I reckon we should round it up there, because Masuko, it's late where you are. It is, because you started at 10 p.m. We were at 9. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Masuko. It's been great to have you back on. And let me know when you're next not on night shifts.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you back on.
Yeah, unfortunately, work gets on the way of fun.
Oh, it will.
It's going to be like regular now, isn't it? A lot of night shifts now, isn't it? Before Christmas, try and get those.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some people have it worse than me. So
Do you do shift work then? Is it yours is shift on, some on, some off, or is it just literally just a standard?
yeah, it's just like a matter of deployments and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's not. I suppose that is a bit of a pain if you like. You don't do days as well, do you? Do you do days and nights as well?
Yeah, normally days.
I would say you don't mix it up. So you don't do some days then do some nights depending on the week or anything like that.
No, not really. No.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was about to say because I've heard a bit of some people where they'll do like 2-3 days during the week and then like weekends it's nights. It's like Jesus Christ, that's gonna screw your body clock up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great to have you on again, my friend. Obviously, we'll as I said we'll try and drag you on, and obviously drag on other people. I think Stubz is spoken to a few other people, haven't you?
Yeah, after Animated Evil has agreed to come on at some point. He's just been moving house and stuff recently. Any indie gamer, the invite is open whenever you feel like you can come on. There's no pressure at all because I know you've been what's been going on. He's been busy, but Luke's always welcome.
Yeah, it was really good talk that you guys had last time
the
about
Japanese
Japan.
talk. I really enjoyed that. I learned stuff from Luke. I really did. If you want a good listen, Indy, if you missed last week's show, Luke talks about his Japan, and it could have been the entire show. It's not, but it's a good portion at the start. But it's really interesting.
And his extra cases.
Yes, story about his extra cases. It was great. It was great. It was a great show. That one was. A lot of more people watched that one, knowing that Luke was going to talk about his Tokyo trip. There was. But yeah, thanks, Masuku, for coming on. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, on X you can find me Meisuko_1984, and I will be also hanging here in one way or another.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Always appreciate your insight and your view on things, gaming or non-gaming, where you talk about everything.
Yeah,
well, everyone knows that.
We have to keep the gym flag up.
We do, yes. We do. And RemovableSanity, thanks for coming on once again with the Renegade Master.
It's much appreciated. Obviously, it's lovely to be here, and it's obviously great to hear Masuku again. For those who wish to try and follow me or listen to the garbage I spew when I'm not on here, you can find me on X, Minds, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and Xbox under the name RemovableSanity.
Is there any other platforms you sure you didn't miss out on?
Shoot, I think I'm on there as well at some point.
Yeah, thanks for coming on RemovableSanity, and you can find me on X at Stubz Gaming. This video is also live on X. It will be archived on there as well. And you can watch this on Rumble. We're live on Rumble now at Stubz Gaming. At Stubz Gaming on YouTube. We'll be on Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and basically any podcast platform you can think of. And if there is,
you also need to sign there, aren't you?
And if we're not on there, let me know, and I will get the podcast put on, unless it's some premium service where I can't get on there. And we're also partnered with gamerhub.co.uk. It's a good source for the latest news and reviews. They do a lot of indie games, and they also review VR games. It's quite good, so check them out. It's a nice website. But yeah, thanks everyone, and we'll be back next week. We'll probably have a guest next week. I'll see when VJ comes back. He will be back, people, I can assure you. He's just busy.
He's having a nice relaxing cup of tea for a couple of months.
But we will see. Right. We'll see you all next week. All right, thanks everyone.
Au revoir.
Right then, cheers. See ya.